Hey, welcome back to Pop Modern Plays. Yet another episode of World of Warcraft Mountain Runs. Once again, we find ourselves in the Shrine of Seven Stars. Again, if I didn't say it in the first episode, you want to set, before you do your mountain runs for the week, you definitely want to set your Hearthstone for your Pandaria hub. If you're Alliance, it's called Shrine of Seven Stars. If you're Horde, it's Temple of Two Moons, I believe. Because that's where all your convenient portals are. So yeah, we are just repairing gear and throwing away old quest items that are useless now. I'm at this point, and we are going to head to a personal favorite of mine, a heroic that I don't do anymore, but a fight that I really enjoyed at level, and it is a Wrath of the Lich King heroic dungeon called Utgard Pinnacle. So to get there, you're going to want to go back to the portal room of magic and mystery, which we're going to do now. If we stop spinning around in circles, where are we? Where did I try? Oh, I tried. No. Go forward. There you go. Yeah, back to the portal room. You're going to want to take the portal to Dalaran, which is on the far right, on the same side as the portal to Shatrath. At least in the Alliance City. I believe it's exactly the same for Horde. And take it to Dalaran, which is the floating hub city for Wrath of Lich King. You're going to want to fly to Howling Fjord, in the center of which is the Utgard, castle, which contains Utgard Pinnacle and Utgard Keep, which are two 5-mans, if I'm not mistaken, that you can do. They are level 80 dungeons, obviously. And Utgard Pinnacle has a boss, I believe it's the second or third boss, called Skadi the Ruthless. And he rides around a blue proto-drake. And if you down him, there is a very small chance that he will drop that blue proto-drake as a mount. And so you saw the Ironbound proto-drake earlier in the last episode. Basically, the blue proto-drake is that, except blue. So it's actually less cool in my opinion, but if you're a mount collector, or if you really like the color blue, this is the mount for you. Because, well, so I have the blue drake. I've gotten it since this episode. And drakes and proto-drakes are different in this universe. It's a fantasy thing. Here we're riding the Twilight Drake. So they're all kind of reskins of each other. The Drake model is the one I'm riding right now. The blue version of it drops from Malagos in, I think it's called, I forget what it's called, but it's a Lich King raid actually, which we don't have an episode on because I don't think I knew about that mount when I recorded these. But that fight is so short that the episode would be like 3 seconds long. You basically fly to bottom left Grizzly Hills and the raid there, I believe it's called the Eye if I'm not mistaken. Malagos can drop 2 drakes. You can drop the Azure Drake and the Blue Drake. The Blue Drake is a reskinning of the one I'm riding right now, and the Azure Drake is another reskinning. Proto-Drakes look similar but have bigger wings and a different face. They are a completely different model. I actually think Proto-Drakes are cooler than Drakes, but most of the Drakes are easier to acquire, so you see a lot of both. And all the different colors are acquired differently in this game. I believe Calling of Strahd was, if that wasn't the first, I didn't do an episode for it, but the easiest if you really just want a dragon mount and you're relatively high level in this game, let's say above 90, or I mean at least like around 90, 85, 86, the Bronze Drake from the Calling of Strahd Caverns of Time instance is very easy to get. It's basically, you have to fight through most of the dungeon in like 10-20 minutes, and then there's a boss that will always appear and always drop the Drake. It is a 100% drop rate mount, unlike most of these, which are, as I've said, between like 0.8 and 2% drop percentages. I've never seen a place where those percentages are set in stone. I've always heard people say around 1% is what you're looking at. So yeah, we're just flying towards Howling Fjord, enjoying the music actually. I believe this one's funny because we are going to have a cut in a second, which I think I already edited to fix and to reblend back in, because I had family over. So this is when we started getting to the part of the series where my commentary was getting worse because I had to keep leaving and pausing to go talk to family and eat dinner. So you'll catch that any second now, and I'll just keep talking through it because it's a seamless cut back to stuff. But yeah, we're heading towards Howling Fjord, Utgard Keep. Gonna kill Skadi the Ruthless, and you'll see the fight, and it'll be a lot of fun. Wrath of the Lich King, I have said many times. I don't know if that was actually the cut right there. That might have been the cut. Maybe not. No. Yeah, so you can see, I think I turned on the music up here, because I played Wrath of the Lich King when it came out, or like a week or two after it came out, when I was like 15 or whatever, and I really liked it, and Howling Fjord was my favorite zone because it had incredible music, and I really recommend you go onto YouTube and just type in Howling Fjord or Grizzly Hills music. Those are both good. I think Grizzly Hills was actually my favorite, and that's where we are right now. Now we're in Howling Fjord, yeah, so we just transitioned zones. I think the pause actually might still be coming. Now I'm like anticipating it. I'm like excited to see it. I also forgot to eat lunch just out of the blue. Just thought I'd mention that. So I need to go eat lunch in a bit. But, yeah, right here. So I go, hey, I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. So you can see that's kind of a little jump. I remember because I stopped. That's a red proto-drake that we're flying by. That you can actually acquire also as a mount by doing Glory of the Hero, which is a meta achievement that requires you to get every single heroic achievement. I think in Lich, it's like huge. It's like the most like time-consuming meta, other than obviously the holiday event one. I don't have it yet. I already have the coolest proto-drakes. I don't need another one. But not a lot of people have that red proto-drake, so it's kind of fun. Also, some of the achievements for it are bugged, if I'm not mistaken. So, as of this recording, I don't think you can get it. Here, you get to watch me have fun trying to find out which entrance goes into Utgard Pinnacle. This is Keep. We're not going into Keep. Keep is different. Wait, are we actually going into Keep? Did I misspeak? I have a feeling I go in and then go out. I'm pretty sure that's true. I always get Keep and Pinnacle mixed up. If you've ever run these places with me, I always do the wrong one. No, this is the right one. So, sorry. Oh, no, Pinnacle. Yeah, Pinnacle. The place is called Utgard Keep, but this one's called Pinnacle. So, yeah. In Utgard Pinnacle, you got 4 bosses. Third boss, Skadi the Ruthless, is the one we're going after. But we got to start by chewing through these cool Viking people. At that point, yeah, I just got exalted with the Exodar. So I can take off the Exodar tabard and switch to... I immediately switched tabards to start getting my next rep, which was Ironforge. And I Shadow Melded to break combat. So there you go. Now I'm at that point grinding rep for Ironforge, so I have the different tabard on. You can see, yep, exalted. So I think the next episode is the one where we literally go to Exodar and buy mounts. That's the whole episode. It was pretty dumb. But hey, I taught you how to explore the Exodar. We're approaching the first boss now. Continuing to starfall our way through all the content. I really like this race of people, and the sort of mood of the Wrath of the Lich King was very cold and tragic and like almost literary in its sort of depictions of people suffering and like groups suffering. It's just a very like melancholy expansion, and the Lich King himself was a constant threat that would threaten you and try to scare you and kill people that you were questing near, until you finally got to confront him in Icecairn Citadel, which I never did back in the day. There he is. So yeah, he just comes in, he goes, hey, Svala, go, she like isn't good enough, so he basically kills her and resurrects her as a Valkyr. So they're like cool death angels, and that becomes the boss fight. I think 35 seconds until she actually activates, and this cutscene completely ends, if I'm not mistaken. 30 seconds. While we wait that out, if you are actually trying to get the Red Proto-Drake and you are working on the Glory of the Hero achievement to get it, the achievement for this fight is to kill one of those Scourge Hulks, which you can see in the back of the room, those like abomination giant fat dudes. and you have to kill them on that platform that she's floating above, because during the fight she drops down a sword, and if the sword falls and kills the abomination instead of you, then you get the achievement. And it basically requires just some basic positioning of the Scourge Hulks. We're not going to do it here, though, but it's a very, very easy, if you know where to position them. Swala is down. I don't think we're supposed to go upstairs. Yep, we go out this door. We go left. Yet another Scourge Hulk. And we're going to move on to Gortok Palehoof, who's actually a boss fight that I believe is skippable. And I think we skip him here because I wasn't sure how to engage him at the time. He's a weird fight for sure. Another one that I remember liking at level. You'll see he's behind this next corner, I think. So his fight is weird because the room is the trophy hall, and each of these statues of various creatures from this expansion, he can activate them. He's in the back. That's him, the big guy statue in the back. The way to start this fight is to basically bump into him. Yep, I think I actually do it here correctly. Do I not? Maybe I don't remember. Oh, that's what it is. You have to. So yeah, I remember it in this recording, and I'm remembering it now. You have to hit the stasis generator, which makes it so one of the statues, randomly, it's not always the same one. One of the statues is supposed to come to life, I believe. That red fire shoots, or that orb goes into one of them and fills them with life. And once you kill all 4 of them, he spawns. So they spawn one at a time. Yep, so there you go. It shoots stuff at him. The Ravenous Furbolg. That's a typo. Holy crap. I don't know if you saw that. It says Ravenous Furbolg. It's supposed to say Furblog. L-O-G, not O-L-G. Each of them dies in one hit. Resurrects one by one, which was meant to be difficult at the time, obviously. Frenzied Worgen is interesting because when this expansion came out, Worgen were not playable. So this was sort of one of the early looks at what Worgen were like, I guess, in game. I don't know if there were even earlier ones. I just noticed that right now. Actually, that's pretty interesting. Then he spawns this Rhino, Ferocious Rhino. Again, easy one shot. And these guys who, Jormungandrs, they continue to pop up in every expansion inexplicably. I think Blizzard just really likes them as enemies. They like to hide under the ground and burrow up and kill you with poison spit. There's been bosses that are giant Jormungandrs. There are tons of quests that do them. You'll see them if you ever level through 1 to 100, basically. You will see them. And here we go. Gortok is going to spawn. Then we kill him before he even reaches us. There we go. Gortok is down. We really don't need to do that fight. That is actually entirely skippable if you are running this place just to do Skadi. I think I just rebuffed there, and then I'm going to talk about what happens in this fight. Basically, the way the fight happens is you come down this room, and Skadi flies by on his dragon. Right there. He jumps on him. His dragon is named Grauf, and that's the mount you're getting, basically. So it's pretty cool. But he jumps on Grauf, he flies around the ceiling, and a bunch of enemies spawn, and he throws harpoons at you. And if you pick up the harpoons and then you run to the back of the room, you can see those harpoon launchers. You can shoot him down with harpoon guns. And that's how you start the fight officially. And the achievement for Glory of the Hero here is to bring him down in one swoop. So basically he does he stands for a couple seconds, and if you don't get all the harpoons in that first swoop, then you don't have enough to knock him down and to bring him down for the fight. But if you do, you get the achievement, and that's fun. I don't think I even have the achievement now. It's actually kind of frustrating because the guys don't spawn fast enough sometimes. You have to just sit and let them spawn. But here he glitches into the ground and then spawns. Yeah, these guys. I don't think they drop the spears. I think he drops them once you get to the end of this room. And there's also an achievement for Glory of the Hero where you have to kill him in less than 2 minutes. Or fewer than, I think it's 3 minutes. Yeah, there you go. So he drops some harpoons. I try to shoot him here. I don't do it fast enough. I got 1 in. I got 2 in. You're supposed to get the third one, but I missed it. He does a deep breath. So there wasn't even a third harpoon for me to use. So I don't even know what I was supposed to do in that fight. But now there's a third harpoon, obviously. So on the third harpoon, you can bring him down. He just, excuse me. He has his dragon breathe breath on you, and then he comes by one more time. Harpoon him. Done. Well, Let's do it. And now he's down. So he jumps down, and he's like, hey, don't do that. And he fights you, and he's a boss. And we take him out pretty quickly right here, I think. Boop, done. Skadi drops. Blue proto-drake reigns. No, he does not. But he can. So that is how you do this run. I think we continue on to just finish this dungeon because they added a thing, I think in the Cataclysm expansion, if not later or whatever, where if you do a heroic dungeon, they give you gold for finishing it, which encourages people to finish dungeons and also makes more sense in current content so that people don't drop group once they fight the boss that they want. So we just move on to kill King Imran, who's doesn't drop anything cool, but he is the final boss at Utgard Pinnacle. He's cool looking too, so you're gonna get to see a fun little boss in a second here. So we're just gonna run up these stairs, and there's Imran, whatever, 82 undead elite. He's like the king of these Viking people, I guess. And then he stuns you for forever, and he calls these boats, I guess. Oh, he resurrects things out of his boats. That's what it is. Viking lore, you guys. It's great. Oh, stuns me again. Fight's taking way longer than it should. As he continues to take damage from my dot, and he's down, and that is Utgard Pinnacle, people. No mount, but that's how you do it. Blue proto-drake. Next time on Modern Plays, we go back to Shrine, and we continue our dumb journey into madness.